Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and welcome back to another Dark Park Film Reviews. And today we are going to be taking a look at that other stack of Zia Records movies that I got, but this has now become a combination of Zia Records and eBay. So when I went to Zia Records, I focused, because like I mentioned on last video for Zia Records, I went to two Zia Records. How many times can I say Zia Records? And so the first one was a lot of Tom Cruise, and I bought some other stuff. And this one was mostly Nicolas Cage. But when I went on to eBay, I ended up ordering also Nicolas Cage. So I thought, well, let's just combine the two together. So there's 12 movies and one other item. So there's a total of 13 things here. And I'll show you what that is, what the other thing is at the very end. So we're going to start with Blu-ray, go into the DVD, and let's get started. So we'll start with the Nicolas Cage stuff, and then there's a few other random things in here too. So the first thing, this is Zia Records, and I saw this just in like the discount DVD bin. It was like $3 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I need that. And that is Outcast. So it's Hayden Christensen and Nicolas Cage. Always thought Hayden Christensen got a bad rap. If you've seen him in Shattered Glass, the guy is excellent in that movie. It's a film that's actually produced by Tom Cruise and Paul Wagner, I believe. And this is one of those movies where Nicolas Cage is in like the beginning, the middle, and the end type of thing. So that's why I guess his name isn't first, but he is not the overall star of this. But I want it. It's like medieval Nicolas Cage. So yeah, it's one that I want. So gotta have it. And its special features are interview with cast and crew, making of Outcast, and theatrical trailer. This is not rated. 98 minutes action. So, yeah, looks like it could be kind of cool. I don't mind every once in a while when they get these actors, you pay them to be there for like 2 days and you kind of sprinkle them throughout the movie. That doesn't bother me. As long as it's done well, then that's okay. This is one that I saw in the theater like a year before it came out. It was a special screening. I did not see it later, so I don't know if it was altered at all. There is an alternate ending, so maybe. I know it didn't do very well, and I don't think a lot of people like this one, but I enjoyed it. And that is Season of the Witch. It's got kind of a nice reflective cover. And this one is a Blu-ray and digital copy. It's also got Ron Perlman, and it says exclusive, never before seen alternate ending. So this might be the ending that I saw at the screening. So the new ending will be brand new to me. And it's got its slip jacket, which I like. And it's the same thing. So here's the digital copy. Then you got the Blu-ray here, and then this tells you, how to work the digital copy. The special features on this, let's see, Season of the Witch in high definition, deleted scenes, becoming the demon, on a crusade, and alternate ending. 95 minutes. PG-13. Thematic elements, violence, and disturbing content. So this is 2011. When did he do this other like medieval one? 2015 was Outcast. And then I can get this back in without ruining the plastic. There we go. Then the last Blu-ray here is it's a Paul Schrader film. Basically, Paul Schrader who wrote, things like Taxi Driver, Last Temptation of Christ. He's also a director himself. He did the first version of the Exorcist prequel, and then said, "Why am I making this?" and kind of just walked away from it. And then that's when they redid it all with Rennie Harlan directing Exorcist the beginning. Paul Schrader is one of the greatest screenwriters ever. He is excellent, and he's just one of those 70s guys that worked a lot with Martin Scorsese and stuff like that. This is Nicolas Cage and Willem Dafoe, and it's Dog Eat Dog. Like Outcast, this is one I have not seen. So Outcast was Zia. Season of the Witch was eBay. This was Zia Records also. Just got the Blu-ray. And this has for special features Nicolas Cage video intro, Beyond Fest Q&A with Nicolas Cage and Paul Schrader, director audio commentary, and photo gallery. So it looks like Paul Schrader was not the writer on this one. It's not rated, 83 minutes. Superbly entertaining, according to JoeBlow.com. Now we're getting into the DVDs. This is one of my all-time favorite Nicolas Cage movies. I put it right up there with The Family Man and Matchstick Men. And it is The Weatherman. It also stars Michael Caine, who's excellent in this. I don't know her name, but the young woman who plays his daughter is also very good. It's a very funny film. It's really good. Kind of a dark comedy in a way. And this is the widescreen edition. Ebert and Roper give it 2 thumbs up. If that means anything to people. There's Michael Caine. I showed this to my grandmother when she was still here, and she enjoyed it, but just did not like the swearing. Nicolas Cage swears a lot in this, and she's like, "Yeah, I liked it except for that." It's also from the director of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. So this is R for strong language and sexual content. It's 2005. Let's see. There's a lot of special features on here. Let's see. Extended outlook, the script, forecast, becoming a weatherman, astro. Oh God, I know this word, but I'm having a hard time pronouncing it. Well, it's another documentary called The Style and Palette. I know the word, I know exactly what it is, but it's not going into my head on how to pronounce it correctly. Relative humidity, the characters, trade winds. So it looks like this all has to do with weatherman stuff or the weather. The collaboration, theatrical trailer, widescreen version, Dolby Digital, Spanish subtitles. Astropheric pressure, the style and palette. I'm kind of getting it. Being dyslexic sucks. You just know the word in your head. It's right there, and you even know exactly what it means. But for some reason, it's not firing. It's just not connecting. Then this was Zia Records also. This one was eBay, and this is another one where I guess they got Nicolas Cage for like a couple days, and he's kind of sprinkled throughout type of thing. I've never seen it, but I wanted to get it. It's not medieval, but I wanted to get it because of the type of film that it is. I actually think it's more like post-apocalyptic, but like I said, I haven't seen it yet. But that's jiu-jitsu, and they have him, of course, like right here, but yet he's all the way here, and Nicolas Cage. Oh, it's got Frank Grillo too. Tony Jaa. I think that's Frank Grillo, but it doesn't exactly look like him. That's probably Tony Jaa. Out of the Darkness, the Ultimate Fighter Rises. The fight for the future of humanity. Does not list any special features. Does say digital movie included. It's got the slip here. Rated R for violence throughout. 2020, rated R. So I don't know. It could be, like I said, as long as if he's sprinkled out, that's fine, as long as it's done well. This is a classic older one from Nicolas Cage. This is Zia Records. I think I found also this stuff in like a bargain bin, like buy two get one free type of thing. And so I think that's how these two and this one were done. So this is Honeymoon in Vegas. And of course, I live in Vegas. And it's James Caan, Nicolas Cage, and Sarah Jessica Parker. And I always like watching movies that are based in Vegas because then I can tell if they're done correctly or not, like geographically, like, oh, well, that street doesn't connect over there. And wait, that's not part of the strip, or, that type of thing. And it's also cool seeing movies from like 20 years ago where like a hotel or a casino isn't even here anymore. But yet it's preserved, in a movie. So according to Jeffrey Lyons from Sneak Previews, this is screamingly funny. Special features is collectible booklet and original theatrical trailer. Okay, so here's the booklet. I don't really consider this a booklet, but I guess it's more like a pamphlet. But okay, I'm glad it's in here since I bought it used. Always get disappointed when something is supposed to be in here and it's not. This is an Andrew Bergman film who's good. He did the movie The Freshman. PG-13, about 1992. Long ass time ago. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm going to have to sell this one. This is going to go back to Zia Records because it says screen format, standard version, modified to fit your screen. So that might be cropped, which means I'm missing picture. It does not say that it's widescreen. I should have checked for that, but oh, Pat Morita's in this. Mr. Minagi, Karate Kid. Yeah, I'll have to double check this, see if there is one that says widescreen. If there isn't, then I'll keep this. But if there is one that says widescreen or something like that, then I'll have to get rid of this one. So that's disappointing. This one I just watched today. I love this movie. This is the unrated extended edition. Excuse me. And it says new unrated extended edition. I love the soundtrack to this. Absolutely love it. And the box for this is really nice too. And that is Con Air. So I looked for this and the next one, which is also extended, on Blu-ray, and I could only seem to find these extended cuts on DVD. I didn't see anything that listed them on Blu-ray, which is disappointing. But Con Air, I just love Con Air. It's so dumb that it's awesome. It's just, there is no way that with a group of cons, of murderers and rapists and all that, that Cameron Poe, Nicolas Cage, would be on this plane going home. There's no way. He would not be. He'd be on a bus with just regular convicts. But, you know, wouldn't be a movie then. And it's got a bunch of people in it too. It's got like John Cusack, you know, John Malkovich, and it's got its slip jacket, which is also one reason why I wanted it. High energy action, Siskel and Ebert. So we're getting a lot of like at the movies, Siskel and Ebert sneak previews type stuff. And this is one that does end in Las Vegas and does not make sense as far as them landing on the strip. The plane lands on the strip, of course, destroying a lot of stuff because of the wings and everything. And then they say, oh, ran out of road, and they run right into like a hotel. And that, no, the strip doesn't just end. It continues. It turns into a road on both sides. It's a road. And so it doesn't just end with like a hotel right there. It's not a dead end. So, you know, but that's like in that movie, Dominique, you know, from Ridley Scott, which is based on the true story of the bounty hunter. And at the end of that movie, they're in Las Vegas and the stratosphere gets destroyed. It tumbles over and crashes. That never happened in real life. So, but it's still fun to kind of see. It's almost an alternate universe type of thing. And this is Jerry Bruckheimer, and it's directed by Simon West. So that's always good. And it has pumped up action from People magazine. It's explosive from the Denver Post. So this has no special features. It does say specifications may only apply to feature film, and then it just says like Dolby Stereo, widescreen, unrated edition. It's 122 minutes. So 2006 it says is the DVD release. So I'm not entirely sure what year. I forget that this actually came out. But if you even find this version, it's definitely worth it. And then this is like State of the Enemy of the State extended edition. There's Crimson Tide extended edition, Gone in 60 Seconds extended edition, and Coyote Ugly extended edition. So they're really pushing these extended versions. So the next one I just mentioned on that list, and that is the director's cut of Gone in 60 Seconds. And this is the unrated new extended version. Jerry Bruckheimer, Nicolas Cage, director's cut, includes never before seen additional footage. Um, and it's got Angelina Jolie, who I never saw this in the theater. Uh, I didn't like her with blonde hair, but I actually like her in this movie. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I like her in this movie. My big problem with this movie is I thought it was boring. I just thought it was dull. Um, I never watched the original, so I don't know how if the two are even like related. But for a film called Gone in 60 Seconds, it really felt like Gone in 60 Minutes. It was just boring to me. It's like, and it didn't help that I had just watched in chronological order, and I am going to do a video on this, all the Fast and Furious movies. And you know, including like Hobbs and Shaw, and then I went and I watched Better Luck Tomorrow, and all. I mean, I watched the two shorts. I did it. It was almost an entire week of watching the Fast and Furious films, and then I put this on, and it was just dull. It just bored me. I do like the cover. It's got like that reflective cover on it. This one does, but doesn't. I mean, it does, I guess. It's just this photo is not that way. And we got the back. It's the side if I didn't show it. It's got its slipcover. And it's the same. So its special features here. Let's see. 0 to 60 from script to screen featurette. Wild rides, car stunts featurette. The big chase, behind the scenes of the thrilling chase. You know. Stars on the move, character driven featurettes. Action overload, action overload, spectacular adrenaline. Well, I was even drinking coffee while watching this. Pumping scenes, music video style, conversations with Jerry Bruckheimer, theatrical trailer, the Colt music video. Oh, that's cool. But the Colt is in this. I got to see the Colt in 2000 at the Sundance Film Festival. That was fun. Specifications, it's got like the Dolby stereo, widescreen, Spanish subtitles. It says on this one DVD release was 2005, so it came out a year before Con Air. So, and it's unrated. Does it give me the actual running time? I think this was a little over 2 hours. But it's Nick Cage. I'm glad I own it, and I'm glad I got this version of it. Just like National Treasure, I got the two ones with it's the double disc. It has all the special features and everything on it. So if I normally look into that, especially if it's going to be a collection. So on here, yeah, so here they got like Coyote Ugly, unrated version, and then Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, National Treasure, King Arthur, The Rock is one I have to have. This is unofficially a James Bond movie, and no, but people, it's always been hinted at. Kind of like how Secret Agent. I'm sorry, Secret Agent Man, Secret Agent Man, and The Prisoner are connected, but they're two different studios. I think it's just called Secret. No, I think Agent Man, Secret Agent Man. God, I'm getting confused. But because they're two different studios, you can't say that they're connected. And then there's Pearl Harbor, which I do want to pick up also. That is like a big deluxe edition of it. There is a sequel to this, and I think a documentary about the director who did the original film. So I'm probably going to pick that up too. And then speaking of like double discs and stuff like that, this is the last Nicolas Cage. This is the 2-disc extended cut of Ghost Rider. And I really wanted this. I got to get the sequel too. I didn't think it was as good, but I still liked it. I found this at Goodwill. I found this one at Goodwill. This is a Goodwill. These two, these were eBay because I wanted to get these specific ones plus the, you know, the slip covers and stuff. So this one, yeah, this was Goodwill. And I'm like, oh, 2-disc, and they even had the single disc one. I'm like, oh, forget that, I'm getting this one. It was only like $1.50 or something like that, or $2. But it does come in the old Blockbuster box, so I don't know. I might replace that with a regular one. I used to work for Blockbuster Video, and I really don't want Blockbuster stuff on my shelves. And then here's the 2 discs. So it just says extended cut, not rated, and then extended cut disc 2, not rated. So I guess you don't have to put disc 1, I guess. And the, yeah, this is widescreen, 123 minutes, not rated. This is Mark Steven Johnson who directed it. Did he do Daredevil with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner? I think. Could be wrong, but I think. 2007. So special features on this are disc 1, never before seen footage, commentary with the producer, commentary with the writer/director, and visual effects supervisor. Disc 2 is 3 making of documentaries, Spirit of Vengeance, Spirit of Adventure, Spirit of Execution. And then there's Sin and Salvation, featurettes chronicling 40 years of Ghost Rider comic book history. And then the Animatrix. Yeah, Animatrix. So glad about this one. Okay, so the next one is now these are not Nicolas Cage, and this one was Zia Records. I think these all were Zia Records. This one I love because I collect this actor and Bela Lugosi, and I have a few collections with them. Some of them are the more known films like Universal, and then some were the more low budget or kind of like Poverty Row movies. And this one I really like. So this is Icons of Horror Collection, Boris Karloff. And this thing was cheap. I don't remember the original price. I know the price I paid, but it was something like $5. And it was really cheap. And you get 4 classic films on DVD. So you get The Black Room, The Man They Could Not Hang, Before I Hang, and The Boogeyman Will Get You. And says Boris Karloff was to the horror movie what Fred Astaire was to the musical. And it shows a couple posters here. The Black Room, The Man They Could Not Hang, Before I Hang, The Boogeyman Will Get You. And like The Black Room is 1935. The Man They Could Not Hang is 67. Before I Hang is 1940. The Boogeyman Will Get You is 1942. Disc 1 is The Black Room and The Man They Could Not Hang. Disc 2 is Before I Hang and The Boogeyman Will Get You. All not rated. These are full screen, which is fine because that's what they would be back, way back when. They're all black and white, and they come in the slim cases inside a slip jacket. So let's take them out. So here's the front of both of them. And as you can see, they're really thin. And then here's the back. And then don't think it has like any special features or anything. And it could be something like trailers or something in it, but I'm not sure. There's a picture of Boris Karloff there. And then, yeah, there's Boris Karloff again. So it looks like maybe these are the posters. And these just slip right back in. Like that. The next one, I did a review with Jonathan and Paul over at Indie Film Café. And I think it might have been for Shark Week. I think it was last year. And I hated this movie. I despised it. And at some point online, I found the soundtrack, and I thought the soundtrack was the only good thing in it. And since then, I've actually come to like it in a bad way. Like it'd probably be in my top 20 for one of my all-time favorite bad movies. The film was nicely shot, and it looked beautiful because it looks like it's shot in the Bahamas or something. But this is Shark Huntress. The lead actress needed subtitles. You could barely understand her. And I believe we read online, it was either the producer or the director's girlfriend or wife, something like that. And that's her right here. And you could not understand anything this woman said. Her accent was so thick. The movie makes really no sense. It's a politically kind of like environmental type movie, about the ocean and pollution and stuff like that. If I can find it, there's more of these, but this is the same company. This is Green Apple Entertainment. They're the same poster. Let me get them. And this is Alien Shark. This is Shark Huntress. They're the same poster. And I know in my collection somewhere there's more that look almost identical to these. So I thought it was funny that they just keep using the same like format over and over again. There's no special features on this. And like I said, this area, it was beautiful. I mean, it was shot really well. And I think the editing was fine too. The sound was fine. It's just the story is crap. I mean, there really is no shark huntress, and there's barely a shark. She wants revenge. It wants blood. I think like the shark kills her mom when she was a kid. They kind of want to make this almost like Jaws the Revenge, but it's not. It's not rated. It's 82 minutes. So yeah, it's all, I'll read the back. It's short. Sheila Katrina Gray, an environmentalist venturing into the deep sea to capitalize on the billion-dollar plastic industry. Oh yeah, plastic is brought up a lot. Encounters deadly enhanced sharks. She wants revenge. It wants blood. Oh, come on. Don't use the same thing on both sides. Think of something else. Come on. Be a little more creative. This guy is hilarious. He's the best thing in this. This guy makes no sense. I'm telling you, if you can find this, I think it's on Tubi. Watch it on Tubi. Get some friends together, grab a pizza, get some beer, and or get high or whatever you do. This is hilarious. It's probably a much better if you're in some way, a little bit out of your mind. So, but I told Jonathan and Paul this would never enter my shark collection, and it did. So I guess never say never. And this was Zia Records. And when I saw it on the shelf, I was like, I immediately grabbed it so nobody else would. The last one I've never seen, never heard of. And every once in a while, I will buy these really low budget independent movies. I know that buying something used from like Zia Records isn't really helping the filmmakers, but I mean, I am buying their movie and now I'm advertising it. So I've never seen it. The box cover looks very familiar. And if you've ever seen like Invasion of the Saucermen, and it's Revenge of the Spacemen. And it looks like it won some award in 2014 Cinema Wasteland. I haven't heard of anybody in this movie at all. Warning, this film has not been rated. Viewer discretion advised. Not really sure why viewer has to be capital, why the V is capitalized. Radiograph Pictures Ltd. I mean, I like that cover, even though it just looks like Invasion of the Saucerman. I mean, that is the creature for like Invasion of the Saucerman. But I have found a good handful of these, and I just pick them up. You know, I figure why not? But I think it's also a kind of a comedy. Yeah, there's no date, there's no special features, there's no nothing on this. It just says, warning, this film has not been rated. Viewer discretion advised. Contains foul language and inappropriate sexual suggestion. And some mild recreated alien violence. It's aliens versus hillbillies and the youth of America in this whacked out of this world sci-fi horror comedy. Aliens return to Earth to enact revenge for failed past attempts at invasion. It's up to George, Janet, the Johnson clan, the local law enforcement, and a lot of friends to rid rural Iowa from the probe happy aliens. On a mission to probe everyone and everything they can. Thankfully, the best defense is right there with them. Will they find it in time before any more innocent people and creatures, oh no, not animals, get probed by the aliens? So I have no idea. None. One day I'll watch it, maybe when I retire. So that's all the movies. Now, the last thing on here, I've started to collect these, and I think it was Jonathan who's like, "Oh no, don't start collecting those. You'll never stop." I did get my first. I do have two more, but this was my first one, and it is Nicolas Cage. My first was at the Funko Pop, and this is from Mandy. And there's so this is Red Miller, so that's the Nicolas Cage character, and this is 1131, and on the back it does show 1132 is Mandy. But what they don't show, and I think I'm going to pick up Mandy also, but there's another red and there's another Mandy, and they're solid red in their faces. It kind of looks like blood, but I don't think it's meant to be blood. I just think it's supposed to be kind of like a variant version. And I figured, why not? These actually weren't that expensive. And I think they're kind of cool. So yeah, why not? They're fun. So I figured I'd pick them up for movies I like or actors I like, characters I like. I'm not going to be one of those guys that has like an entire wall just dedicated to these things, but you know, almost like it's wallpaper. But I do like these. I think they're kind of fun. So yeah, so got that, and then we'll recap on the movies. So we got that Revenge of the Spacemen, Shark Huntress, yay, this Boris Karloff collection with The Black Room, The Man They Could Not Hang, Before I Hang, and The Boogeyman Will Get You. The 2-disc extended cut of Ghost Rider. The unrated new extended version of the director's cut of Gone in 60 Seconds. The unrated extended edition of Con Air. The movie that I may or may not keep, Honeymoon in Vegas. Jiu-Jitsu. The Awesome The Weatherman. Dog Eat Dog. I'll just grab both of these. Season of the Witch. And Outcast. So that's everything. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. If you've seen these or like these or you know, anything like that, please like, comment, share this video. You know, I'm always interested in what people have to say, like what are their favorite Nicolas Cage movies, what Nicolas Cage movies do you not like. And if you don't like them, if you saw them on a second view, maybe you'd like them. I've done that a lot with movies recently. You know, 10, 20 years ago, I didn't like something and I rewatched it and it's like, oh shit, I like this movie now. Maybe it's age. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I'll come out next week with another one and I will see you then. Okay, bye.